This piece right here behind me, I always wondered what this is, but I think I know now. You just sit on it and you slide back. So we now have all of our pieces cut to size but one. And we've got this laid out right here on these foam pads because we still don't have a work table. That'll be coming soon, hopefully. So here's what we've got. We've got this last piece to cut. This is our mid style, and that's gonna break the bottom section of the door up into these two panels. This is way oversized, again, like all the other pieces. We'll cut it down. So here's the way we figured this out. This space in between here, we divided this up by 4. So once we figured that out, then we just said we're gonna split this top panel up as 1/4. So this part where the window is gonna be is 1/4, and this is the other 3/4 left over. So yeah, that's where we're at so far, and that came out to 51 1/4. So we'll go ahead and cut that one. Measure once, cuss twice. All right, so here's the piece of scrap that we're gonna be testing out these tenons on. Again, if you didn't watch the last episode in this whole door build, I've never done any kind of joinery, but someone did remind me, we did build some newel posts, and we've done some actual raised panel wainscot, which is technically cope and stick joinery. So technically we have done joinery, but we've never done mortise and tenon joinery, which is a whole new ball game. This is 1 3/4 thick. So the mortising bit that we're gonna be using for these tenons to go into is 3/4 of an inch. So if we take 1 3/4, subtract 3/4, that's gonna leave us with 1 inch, then that's gonna leave us with 1/2 inch on each side of the tenon. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to accomplish these tasks with the table saw and the bandsaw. Hopefully all the table saw, we'll see. Just depends on how comfortable I feel pushing stuff through here. We'll go to 2 inches. And then raise that blade. Now we need to set this up for 1/2 inch. And the theory is with this setup block, or with this sample, if we can get this, this will be a really good setup block that we can use for the real pieces. So I'll go ahead and turn my dust collection on, and we'll run this through. And then for this, I don't want to put this, I got to push this through like this, but I don't want to bind it up with the fence right there. So the cool thing about this fence is it slides back. So I can get a reference off the fence right there and then hold this here, and then by the time I get over there, it's not even, there'll be no binding issue. So I'll tighten the fence down right here so I can just hold this right here, push it through. This middle section is all we need. We need to get rid of everything on the outside. This might work, it might be a little short. You can see I'm just shy of 3/4. And that's the whole purpose of doing this setup block, is because if this was the real piece and it's a little short, that would not be good because I don't want to remake those pieces. sweet. Check that out. My first ever tenon. And I did it with the sliding table saw. This is so cool. So yeah, that looks really cool, especially with the staves all glued together. That's pretty sweet. So what we've got here, we've got 1/2 inch all the way around for, I think this is called the shoulder of the tenon. And then this is 3/4 of an inch thick. I think it's actually a little shy of 3/4, because when I was looking at it earlier, it was. Yeah, we're about a 1/16 shy of 3/4, so this actually would not work. But I'm just happy we got this method down. We're gonna be able to dial this in to get this to grow to a little bit more, that 1/16 to get that 3/4. And then we know what we're gonna do now. We're gonna dial it in. I'm gonna retry on this side. Yeah, let's jump ahead in the future when we dialed this in. Good, 3/4. A little tricky. Okay, so that went really well. So we're not gonna move anything but our fence backwards. So I'm not gonna move the blade or the fence in adjustment. I'm just gonna slide it back as a reference. And this is gonna be a little tricky too, because I'm gonna have to be like right there. It'll be fine. So I'm gonna do the small pieces first, and we'll finish up with our big one. We've got all of those deep cuts taken care of. So now we just need to set up the saw for that little 1/2 inch rip. I think that can actually, no, we'll bring this up. I freaking love this table saw, this whole machine. By the way, if you guys are interested in this, I'll put an Amazon link to this machine. They usually have these Prime next day, free shipping. Pretty crazy. Check it out, guys. We have a Craftsman style door. Getting closer to that every single time we mess around with this project. This is motivating. I mean, that is just so cool that we can make those tenons on the table saw like that. Probably could have made these a little bit longer, but we're limited on that mortising bit that we have. So I think next on the list of tools to get is a hollow chisel mortiser, but I don't want one of those just bench top ones. I want like an actual one that's on a stand that has the table where you can move like X and Y axis and just dial it right in. But we'll see how that goes. Now I'm thinking, since this is an exterior door, I wanted to do actual mortise and tenons, but I might have to break down for these interior doors and buy my first ever Festool tool, and that would be the Domino XL, because I think I can, for all my interior doors that I'm gonna make, I think I can do that loose tenon joinery, which the XL and Festool are the ones who hold the patent on that. And I heard it was gonna expire like in 2015, and then I heard it was gonna expire in like 2018, and I'm still hearing the patent's gonna expire. Not that I'm against Festool or anything like that, but I just have nothing from them. So, but I guess it's a corded tool anyways, so it doesn't really matter platform wise, and it'll be a shop tool anyways. So yeah, Festool Domino for the interior doors, actual mortise and tenons for the exterior, and this is just exciting to be able to make something so cool with this awesome sliding table saw. It's just a joy, really. So next video, we're gonna lay out all of the mortises, where those go. And I've got this little setup on my router. So here's our bit there. So that's our mortising bit. And I was messing around with this a little bit, but there's these two brass little pins, and it comes with this plate, this little jig. These center it when you hold it on the workpiece. And since this was only 2 inches, that's why we were limited on the depth of these tenons. Yeah, laying out those next. We'll clamp the stiles together, lay them out where all these are showing us they need to be, and then make the mortises. But I'd say we're probably about 1/3 of the way done with this. We've still got to do the inside panels on these this bottom section of the door, and then the top will actually be a window. And I have a really cool idea to make the window. I'm probably going to talk for like another hour. We'll get to that, because I've got some really cool router bits and stuff that I want to try out on this. But yeah, thanks for watching. And like I said, next video we'll be laying out the mortises.